What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's non-spoiler TV review of the first two episodes of Halo, the famous franchise from Xbox. Now, before we begin, as always, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit the like button as well as comment below on any video that you watch, including this one. So just to let you know, this is of course a non-spoiler review, so I won't give any spoilers. I won't give any of the major beats of these episodes, the first two episodes, but I will, kind of give the synopsis of what the series is. And on top of that, I'm doing a week by week spoiler review, so each episode that releases, I'll have an episode up for that if you want to kind of run with me on the spoiler discussion. So Halo is of course based off the very famous franchise from Xbox, so famous that Master Chief is kind of the mascot of Xbox itself, famous for being one of the first games to appear on the original Xbox. And here we have a adaptation of the series that follows a character named Master Chief, or John 117, in his pursuits to take down the Covenant, which are the alien creatures you see in the show. And what this show does, to not spoil anything, is it's about an individual on this planet called Planet Madrigal who somehow finds their way into a kind of big open source story of the Covenant looking for a particular thing. And so bring in or cue in Master Chief, who gets involved, and through the first two episodes we get a kind of introduction to Master Chief himself, what he's about, what the Covenant are about, and what the UNC are about, and the kind of overarching story of where they're trying to head for the entire season. And so that's kind of where I want to leave it. If you know anything about Halo, which I know a lot of people do, if you don't know, basically about the human modification of humans for battle, and where those kind of loyalties lie, and what is good and what is bad, and the aliens versus humans, and the overall nature of trying to keep peace in the galaxy while one wants to destroy it and one wants to win. And in the center focus you have, of course, Master Chief. And so that's where I want to keep it in my non-spoiler sense as a synopsis, because it is a TV show that is based off a video game, so they tweak things slightly different. There are certain things that are different than the video game franchise, but it's a series based off the Halo franchise, so they have to keep it in certain realms where that you kind of understand where it's going, and then they also have to kind of, eke in the population that doesn't play video games into a world that is sci-fi and techie, and, very much something like Star Trek meets Battlestar Galactica. It's that type of show, I guess you could say, or video game franchise. But it was also to my excitement that I was able to watch the first two episodes of the series and kind of find out what this series is holding, what it is expanding upon, because as we know, Neil Blomkamp and Peter Jackson were the original people working on this series. Spielberg was also attached, and then they brought in a couple of showrunners who worked on stuff like Fear Street and The Closer. They also brought in Otto Bathurst to do the first two episodes, which he's a director that's known for quite a few things. But if you're like me, or if you're wondering, yes, I went into this series very skeptical. I was really excited to watch it because I wanted to see what Spielberg and his hands of craft bring into this franchise. I wanted to see what they would do. But the reason I'm skeptical, because 99 times out of 100 the video games are pretty terrible, the movies or the TV shows they're based off of, because they just don't have any oomph. A lot of times the video games have greater stories than what they're able to produce in 2 hours, or a TV show of 10 episodes or whatever. So I went into this TV series very, very skeptical. I thought the trailers looked good. I thought it was going to look pretty, very enhanced with the visuals. And so yeah, I finally watched all 2 episodes that I've been given to watch. I'm here to say the skepticism is unwarranted. This is an absolutely fantastic video game adaptation. Is it perfect? No, it has some problems with the CGI and storytelling, but it is absolutely a Halo show, and a Halo show done right. Not only is it visually stunning, not only is the story absolutely enthralling, but the humanistic approach to the story, the fact that things are happening that are much more in depth and much more realized than whatever we got in the video game series, is absolutely amazing. The fact that they were able to pull it off with such style and substance and verve, and just absolutely astounds me. It's absolutely astonishing to think about. We have Pablo Schneider, who plays Master Chief, or John 117. He's absolutely fantastic. You do have to get used to the voice, because the voice is different than the one we are known for hearing. But you have this one young woman named Quan, who's played by Yerin, who does an absolutely fantastic job and is a very much a character that it fits very, very well into this universe. You have Natascha McElhone, who of course plays Halsey, if you know anything about Halsey, she does a really nice job as playing Halsey. And then you have Bokeem Woodbine playing Soren, who I don't think is a character from the video game. I could be wrong about that, who absolutely does a fantastic job. this is a series that really just is a good series. It's a good sci-fi series. This is a series that, though it has callbacks and has Easter eggs and everything you can imagine in the series, you don't necessarily have to watch the video game to understand what's going on. It does such a nice job of explaining who the Covenant are, who these individuals in the Covenant kind of rankings are. It gives you just enough, it gives you a nice job with the UNC people and who's kind of the rankings there. And then it gives you a really nice kind of look into Master Chief himself, and then like the world he inhabits and how he works. And it explains everything to you, but doesn't make you feel stupid for explaining it to. It does it because it needs to do it, but it also does it because it's building a world that is trying to tell you something, is trying to be something specific for the franchise. And I know they've had books, I know there's comic books, but this is just an absolutely fantastic start to the series that is Halo. And once again, they talk about, Spielberg had a lot to do with this series. He had a lot of hands-on with this series, and you can tell he's a guy that loves video games, similar to like John Carpenter. He actually created his own video game, and you can tell he loves this franchise. And I'm just really happy. I got goosebumps watching these 2 episodes and just realizing that this is exactly what I wanted out of this series. Like I said, I've already recorded my 2 spoiler reviews, so I've already given my scores, but when it comes to like what my score is for overall, it's a 9.5 out of 10. That's how much I love this series. And it has amazing action. It has amazing character moments. It has amazing music, which is very much leads into some of the stuff you remember from the Halo theme, but adds its own flair. And I think the characters are, for first 2 episodes, are really well developed. But if I had any problems with it, like I said, the CGI and some of the scenes is really poorly done. Some of the ways the characters do what they do without spoiling it are a little questionable, but I think the progression of what the story is going to do, at least what I hope is going to do, because you never know when the next 8 episodes from what the series is doing will turn out, because sometimes it starts really strong and then it kind of falls off the face of the earth halfway through the season. But if it continues on this trajectory, if it continues moving forward like it's doing, it's going to be an absolutely gold standard for video game television or filmmaking. It really is. And I can't tell you how much of a sigh of relief that is. Like I said in my one of my reviews, I was holding my breath just hoping this would be good, and I was able to let out a sigh of relief after the first episode, realizing that this is something pretty special. So I give a lot of kudos to this production crew for actually pulling it off, and I really am anticipating the next 8 episodes, seeing where this is going, which, like I said, I'll say in my spoiler discussion, I have some theories about where it's going. So anyways, that'll do it. That'll be my take on the first 2 episodes of Halo. It does premiere week by week, so the first episode premieres on the 24th, so look for my spoiler review on that date. But otherwise, that'll do it. That'll be my take on the first 2 episodes of Halo. Thank you so much for watching. Comments below. What is your kind of knowledge of Halo? Are you looking forward to this TV series? What is your favorite character, favorite vehicle? Tell me something you like about Halo. If you don't like Halo, tell me why you don't like Halo, all that good stuff. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see on this video, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit the like button. But with that said, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.